Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you some naval art gameplay, or more naval art gameplay. Today I'll be showing you another project or super battleship I've been making in the background. This one's a bit newer. This is supposed to be an Italian style battleship, the Reggiana Marina, if that's how you call it. This one obviously isn't really based on the actual real life ones. Unfortunately, I was a former World of Warships player, and for some reason I was a bit of a masochist and loved playing the Italian battleships. Yeah. Anyways, so I decided to make a excuse me, my own variant or inspired by design. This isn't really complete admittedly, but some example of these odd placements here of the rangefinders and such. But yeah, it's not really complete, but I thought I'd just show it off a little bit, have a bit of fun with it. By no means is this battleship going to be fair, as I'll show you now. Right, so here it is in the dock. I'll just open up all the information again. So that, and yeah. So if you can see over here, obviously there's nothing really realistic about this. If you pull it up against another battleship in game, it's quite easy to be considered to be a suitable battleship. If not only for the main armament. HP is at 350,000. If you play against the Armata in the battle mode, in the built-in battle modes, that only reaches about 100,000 or so health, just above. I think it's 120. Anyway, I'm going to show you later. Anyway. Also, I've realised, apologies if I'm sounding a little bit shaky or whatever. It's coming across as shaky. I'm full of caffeine and sugar at the moment because it's about 9 o'clock, and by the time I finish this it's probably going to be about 12. Anyways, back to the actual video. So as you can see, 408 meters in length, with a beam for almost 45 meters. Height isn't obviously as that to be noted really, because the actual tower itself is quite high. Armament wise, we have dual 254s and in an arrangement on the each side on starboard and port, of each side, and two each. Other secondaries are dual 140 millimeters, and these are dual purpose ones. Let's just say these snipe. The current implementation of these ones will snipe most planes at the sky. At least in the game anyway. This is probably a fairly significant upgrade over those regular 90 mils. The main guns are quad 16 inch. It's very loaded in about 30 seconds or so, and they do quite a lot of damage and are fairly accurate. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, speed-wise, goes for its size, it goes about 27-28 knots, though of course being of this size, because of absolutely huge, I think for in-game, it takes about a minute or two to actually reach that speed, and good luck slowing down. It's a bit, manoeuvrability-wise, okay. It's a bit of a brick in terms of doing anything, but it does turn relatively well. Right, armor-wise, so the ship armor-wise is pretty well protected. I'll show you now. Main belt is 410 millimeters above the waterline and tapers down to 35 at the lower belt. Upper belt is 100 millimeters with 140 mil deck, up to 200 mils over here. Obviously not really realistic at that point, to be honest with you, given that most, I do believe most battleships tend to go for a fairly thin upper deck. Um, so the battleship's deck is 140 mils, to 200, up to 200 near the actual main turrets. Obviously, because of the way Naval art works, I can't really use a system which would be traditionally used by most battleships, where you have an upper deck which would only really be used to initiate the fuses and whatnot. But that's just the way the game works and limitations at the moment, so I've just stuck with a fairly thick deck. Rest of the ship, there's a slight extended part of the belt, which is 250 mils, which goes down to 200 mils below the waterline, and this is the same at the front as well. Rear of the ship, we also have a little section of protecting what would be your gearbox and such, to be semi-realistic at least, I'd hope. Otherwise, the rest is 32 mils. Also to note, if I pull this out, go into this mode, you can see a sort of subsection of the ship. There is supposed to be a turtle back as such, and yes, I know that the Italian ships didn't have one, but to be honest with you, this is more of a what's it called again? It'll come back to me eventually. Anyway, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything. It's just there to add weight and really just keeps any sort of, I suppose, height of some shells out, which adds extra fitness to the main belt. Really, that's about it. Engine-wise, I'm using a mod currently to actually allow the ship to move. See here, these little blocks here. There's a couple on each. There's 8 in total. These ones up here don't really do much. These are just to initiate the smoke. Again, that's another mod. Another note as well. The secondary turrets, these 140 mils here, and the quad 406. Obviously not actual designs of Italian battleships, but again, I just want to have a bit of fun with it. Anyways, so I got proper frag there. Anyway, so these are modded turrets. I haven't released them yet, but I might do it at some other point. Anyways, with that aside, squeaky chair. That aside, we'll move on to the gameplay. Right, hello. Sorry about that. I had a bit of an issue there, so I had to change I had to re-update my game again. I had updated to the beta, which included the new multiplayer, and it was causing some issues with the regular single-player quick battles. Anyways, back to that aside, I'm going to put this against the quick battles. I'm going to put this against the Yamato. I think the result's going to be fairly one-sided, but okay, that's what it is. Right, so we're going to begin now. So, I zoom in and set the secondaries to go off, and let's have some fun. So bearing in mind these are 16-inch shells, not like the Yamato's 18-inch, but yeah, it's still capable actually when I actually hit it anyway. Yeah, apologies, squeaky chair. Should probably just get a new one at some point. Anyways, so secondary wise, as I said, we've got a bunch of 254s and a whole load of 140s. Speaking of which, I think we maybe yep, they're in range now. So those things fire every 3 seconds or so. So that'll definitely probably won't do too much to the Yamato, but we'll probably give a run for its money in terms of reducing the superstructure to to scrap metal. And I can't hit anything today apparently. Right, I should probably just edit this out and make my shots a lot better. Because they're not doing any good at the moment, I'll say that. Anyways. Now, what was the reload in this again? I can't remember. 30, I think, oh yeah, it's 33 seconds, I think. And do I hit this time? I'll hit a bit of superstructure, take out a few AA guns, but it's not really do much anyway, is it? So. Oh yeah, so I have to mention as well this one. The rear turrets, just like this is where I suppose you could talk about me taking a little too much inspiration from the Colombo. Back turrets are 360, so you can keep yourself nose in, and once you get within fairly close range, you can black away half their health. AP and HE do quite a bit of damage regardless. HE is pretty powerful, obviously with the sheer amount volume of firepower, and AP is just as deadly. Once when I was doing some testing of these turrets, they're capable of taking about 50,000 HP off at point blank range, and that's without any citadels, just due to the sheer number of them. I'll start using AP now actually, within reasonable range, but that isn't going to save me from my own terrible aim apparently. Let's see if we could get anything now. 10,000 health, just from one turret. I mean, he is flat broadside, but hey, it's the problem, not mine. For me, it's just making my life a tad bit easier. And there goes 12 of our guns. At 14,000, I guess a bunch of those ricocheted maybe. Just didn't hit anything proper. Oh, there's 9,000 damage. Keep this fairly angled so we can... I'll say that actually, keeping it angled will only really work if it hits the main belt. If it hits anything else, it's just going to go straight through, unfortunately. That's for him. Yeah, non-penetrations, which you think was 16-inch gun, but yeah. Anyways. And it's looking like he's actually starting to do a bit of damage to me now at this range, but then again though, 18-inch guns kind of have their way with anything that isn't 18-inch armour, I suppose. The secondaries are doing a bit of damage as well. And there we go. Let's see if we can get a citadel maybe. No citadel. Yeah. Citadels are kind of really dependent on the actual ship itself. If the actual magazines are sitting above the water, kind of annoying, but yeah. I can't complain too much though. I mean, the magazines on this ship are basically, well, yeah, they're sitting in the Marianas Trench at the moment with mine. If we can get rid of him now. So yeah, that was just a quick bit of gameplay. Hopefully I'm going to try and start actually trying to do something with this channel a bit now. Maybe a bit more, maybe some regular uploads, a bit more editing. I did do some previous videos, but they were kind of just tests to see where it went. Anyways, again, apologies for the squeaking chair, and if I'm sounding a bit jittery, that's probably the best word for it. As I said, I'm full of caffeine and sugar, and I'm starting to regret it. Anyways, that's done for now. This has been Mr. Crits, and hopefully I'll see you a lot soon.